Welcome to this week's Beauty Business Mindset podcast. This is Celeste, and I am so excited for this episode because it's something that's not being talked about again. And I think it's so important, especially for all of us mothers or women, entrepreneurs or business owners, the constant pressure to be everything to everyone, to having to be, the perfect business owner, the perfect, for me, it'll be like a wife and a perfect mom, and having it all together all the time and moving past that. And why I share it with you guys, why I go on social and I share, hey, I talk to my therapist, or hey, I get help here, or hey, some days I struggle to even brush my hair. And the importance for you to really accept yourself as you are, not as the world or society seems that they want us to be. So let's get started. It is June. This is the first week the kids are off. So if you're a mama like me, your kids are in summer break, everything has changed. What I usually am able to do during the day has totally shifted because I have my kids with me all day. So the amount of attention and time that I need to spend with them is more. And I've had to shift in how I do things, taking advantage of my daughter's naps to get a little bit of work done, and also clean my house and just doing all the things. And that inspired this podcast because I'm trying to do all the things, and there's only so much I can do. I cannot be as, I don't have as much time to get everything done as I used to. And that's not my kids' fault. It's nobody's fault. It's okay. And I bet, how many times do we not go on social, or do we not hear a podcast about all the things that everybody does, and we feel kind of behind, to be honest with you. So let's get into it. First, remember that we're all human, okay? I had somebody who was coming here and helping me, to clean the house and do little things like that. So she's like, she is in her summer job, so she can no longer come over and help me with that. And it's been a huge shift. And I knew I was super grateful for her, but I'm still even more grateful for her because I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot more work. And then I was like, why am I putting all this pressure on myself? Who do I need to do this for? Why am I doing this for? And what's going to come from it? And when I realized is that I'm still getting everything I need to get done. It's just coming at a different pace. And my day looks different. It's not predictable, which I like predictability. I like to have things structured, but that's not what's happening right now. And I had to be okay with that. So with that, number one, be okay to be flexible under your own terms. What may work for me, but what may work for somebody else that you look up to may not work for you. And sometimes we don't even get to see behind the scenes. I'm very candid about, hey, I had somebody come in to help me. Now I don't have that help. But there's people in even online space that don't even share that. And then we feel like, oh my gosh, I'm such a failure, or I'm not enough because she's able to do all this 20 things and I can't even get 2 of them done. We don't know all the back end support that they have. And I'm saying this because I used to be able to have 3 different people throughout my day years ago with the help of my daughter. And it was amazing. I was able to go to beauty school, and I shared on there that I had support. I was able to travel, do all the things because I had that kind of support. But now that it's just Team Celeste, it's been harder. And, that's just one of the things I wanted to share. Don't be comparing yourself to others. Do what works best for you and your schedule. Number 2, we all have different physical abilities. There's no need to compare. So last year, as you guys know, I got COVID, and I've been through MRIs, and I've been through x-rays and lab work and all of this stuff. I'm actually going to a specialist now. But my left hand, as you guys know, I had to shut down my salon in January. And while some people may seem like, oh, you're a failure, or whatever people's meanings of that means, for me, it was time to put my health first. And having gone through all of this, I'm sharing this because is pertaining to what we're talking about today. Having gone through all of that, I have repercussions from having had COVID. The way I got COVID, I was at home. I hadn't gone anywhere. And, so now I can't fully extend my left hand. There are days that I can, and there's days that I cannot. And it seems that it may have been like an aftermath of when I got sick. And it honestly breaks my heart because I'm like, dude, that sucks. It wasn't even something like I did something wrong. It was from a stupid thing that I got. But at the same time, I think it's so important, you guys, and I'm telling you this, it's so important that we do not compare our business or our success to others. It has been one of the hardest things, and I'm being candid AF right here, to let go of doing hair. And it has been a lot that, some of my clients, oh, but you can just do my hair, or the pressure of having to do somebody else's hair. But I literally physically cannot. And I had to choose give half-assed done work, or just don't do it at all. And I chose don't do it at all. Because for me, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. And through this whole transition, now we're in June, of having shut down my salon and let go of my clients and, have them move on. And some of them still trying to wait for me. And I'm like, no, guys, I'm not going back. It has been hard. There has been moments where I'm just like, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm a failure. How can I still call myself a stylist if I can't physically do it all the time? I still have my 5 little clients here and there that, I do just to keep my practice going, and they understand how my hand situation is. So I can do house calls for them, go to their home and do it there. But it has been hard. There have been days where I don't feel like I'm enough. There have been days where I'm like, well, look, all my other friends, they're doing great, and here I am, and, but my hand won't allow me, and sometimes I push myself to do it, and, there's repercussions for that in my hand because it swells up, and I'm even worse off for another week. So why am I sharing this? Do not compare yourselves, what you can physically do compared to somebody else, you guys. Life happens for us. That sounds like a really corny little quote to say, but I truly believe that in my heart. Even if sometimes I cry or I don't understand it fully, I try to be grateful every single day to wake up and say, what am I thankful for? This is happening for me. And it really has happened for me. It has been beautiful, the opportunities and things I'm able to do now because I'm not behind the chair. Have been able to switch my business because I'm not behind the chair. Have been able to invest in it differently. And the new projects are coming up because I'm no longer behind a chair. So don't compare yourself physically to somebody else. And I'm also saying that because maybe you are working 50 hours, behind the chair. And maybe some of you, maybe you're working only 20 hours behind the chair. We are going to be at different, production levels just based on one is doing 50 hours, the other one 20. It's still the one who only working 20 hours can still make just the same, if not much more than the one working 50 hours. It doesn't matter. So don't be comparing yourself to other people. Don't put that kind of pressure on ourselves. Being women, being mothers in this society, there's so many pressures and stigmas of what's normal, what makes you a good mother, what makes you a successful woman, entrepreneur, all this fucking pressures to be perfect. And like I always say, there ain't no need to be perfect, honey, because no human being in this earth is perfect. Nobody, no one is perfect, including me. I am an imperfect soul. I'm just here to accept my changes. I'm here to accept my imperfections, and it's okay. And, talking about don't be comparing to somebody else's physical abilities, even with our own bodies, you guys. So, I've gained weight, my metabolism and my health has changed a little bit. So, I've talked about this, I weigh as much as I weigh usually when I'm pregnant. And do I like that? No. But you know what? I'm trying to embrace this body that I have. I'm like, at least I can walk. At least I can have my eyes. I have my sight. I get to do things. So I'm sharing this because we're all beautiful in our own unique way. Our bodies are beautiful, but they're imperfect, and we don't get to do everything the same as everybody else. There's no need to compare. I know there are people that have harder things health-wise than I do. They're still doing hair. They're still doing amazing things. And, I have so much love for them, but that is not me. I cannot compare myself to them because I'm a total different level. And I think it's so important, number 3 for today, that we stop having to explain everything, because not everybody deserves our explanations. This podcast, I really go deep. I really open up. I'm an open book. Why do I do that? Because, you guys, there are women, it may be you may be one of my listeners that sends me the DM, that we connect over this, that, you get brave to do that one little step that changes, your life, that changes your career through the words that I share here. It can impact one woman or one person that way. Okay, I speak specifically to mothers and to women. Why? Because I come from a male dominant background. Okay, and I want to break the stigma. I have been judged for being a traveling mother educator. I have been judged for teaching on stage while being pregnant. I have been judged, you guys, so many times for being a mother and trying to go after my dreams as well and be successful in my own way, in my own terms. And that's why I do this podcast, is to give you guys a little bit, I hope of hope and light that you can do it too. And yes, I know we get the stigmas, and yes, I know we get the labels and the judgments and all that crap, but we're not here to explain ourselves to nobody. The reason why I over explain is because I want to encourage you guys to go after it. I am used to all the other things that come along with it, but I understand we're not all as strong to deal with that. And even at that point, I still have a therapist, you guys, that I get to talk to when I want to. I know that's not something that everybody can do. I understand that. And why I'm saying for today, number 3, we need to quit over explaining and telling people our, everything, our whys behind our actions, is because what's most important in this life is that you're enough for yourself. And the day that happened for me, because I was a very, people pleaser. I did a lot of things in my life. One day we'll get into the podcast, to please other people, to be seen as the, quote unquote, what a wife, and, what you should do at the age timelines that society gives us. And it all went to, to shit. That did not work out good. It took a lot of bravery for me to be able to break the mold and be like, I'm going to live my life for me. And I'm going to do what's best for my children and what's best for me my way, even if nobody can understand or agree with it. And this time where everything is changing constantly, you guys, so many of us are going through changes. It's not just me. I know so many people in different ways, whether you're still in the beauty industry, you're still a hairstylist, you're still a makeup artist, you're still a lash artist, a nail tech, body sculpting, microblader, whatever you do. We're all going through change right now. You're not alone. You're not alone. And I'm here to tell you, you're not alone. I'm there with you. And I know change is uncertain, but I know something. Life is constantly changing. And without constant change is an opportunity for something different. And I think it's such a beautiful thing, because I remember reading, have you ever read The Giver? It's an amazing book. I love that book. I read it in high school. I love that book because it talks about life without color, life without emotion. And there's even a movie on it, if you kind of want to get the glimpse of it, you can watch. It's called The Giver. And it's such a beautiful reminder that all the emotions that we have, good, bad, happy, sad, highs and lows, are part of our human experience, and is what makes humanity and life so beautiful, as hard as it is, because I know it's hard. Having lost my capability on my left hand did not come easy to me. There was a lot of tears involved, and there has been a lot of adjustment, but I'm barely to the point now, this happened since November, you guys, that I feel okay. I feel like everything's going to be okay, and it's okay. I'm no longer my job, and my business is not me. It's an extension of me. And I'm just sharing this with you today because you guys are doing such a beautiful job at everything that you do. You are enough as a woman. You are enough as a mother. You're enough as a human. You are enough as a person. And you need to live this life. You need to live your business. You got into business to make your own hours, to make your own salary, to make your own rules and guidelines of what it means to you. And it does not have to look like everybody else. Nobody else has to understand it. And I get it, you guys. I get it. Working from home now, people don't understand, like, how do you make money working online? I don't understand it. Or how do you do it with a course? Like, how, really? That you can make money like that? Yeah, I really can. And just other things I do. And it's all online. And it's okay. Some people don't get it and don't understand it. Don't think that it's a possibility. And that's okay. I don't need to over-explain that. And neither do you. You don't need to over-explain anything. You need to choose your own happiness. You need to choose what works best for you and what feels right for you. Because mama, mother, woman, nobody's in your shoes. You are the woman that is in your shoes, that knows everything that happens behind the scenes. And it does not have to look like anybody else. It does not. And the simple things can make you the happiest, and that's okay. Just show up, be your full self. And you'll see how you're able to connect with other people just like you, with other women and mothers just like you. So that's the episode for this week. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for listening for the episode. If you would please leave me a review, I would really, really appreciate that. As you know, my DMs are always open at Celeste Stylist. I just love hearing from you guys and your feedback. Thank you so much. Have an amazing week. And remember, you are enough today to make everything that you want a reality. Live life under your terms. Bye, love.